This is Morten from INKISH TV, and today I have the pleasure to talking to Erik from WallVis. Erik works in a company that sent me I would say kind of a press release yesterday. And as you know, the audience, I normally don't take so much interest in press releases, but Erik and his company is using a AI platform called Dall or Dall that I actually I got into it because my son was talking about it just 3-4 months ago, and it is artificial intelligence. So Erik, welcome to INKISH.
Yeah, thank you, Morten.
Before we turned on the camera, you actually told me that your company is a bit difficult to explain. Will you try anyway?
Yeah, of course. In the basics, we are a combination of more companies and also more entrepreneurs together. Personally, I have an advertising agency called WallVis, and we design with creativity and making logos, branding, strategy, and combine those and also do the production and the manufacturing and the mounting of it. And my colleague has an online marketing agency, and I think those two principles, those two pluses, makes a new company called WallVis. It's called WallVisuals, and we started with new designs, but we found out that many people are trend based, and all our competitors have the same images to sell, and we thought.
And therefore, you decided, of course, to try something different. We will get into the AI part in a second, but before we get there, I would like to talk a little bit about. I mean, if you look at the advertising and all the things you have done in your company before you got to where you are now, would you say that you are a relatively traditional design company, or how would you define your company as a company in the Dutch market?
What I see is that many colleagues in my field only produce stuff, but they don't think about what they want to tell. And it's not so difficult to put on a machine and create some stickers or whatever. We want to make stories, and we want to. If you think about what people want, what companies want to tell, they don't want to scream. So you really have to tell a message, and if you do it well, then start producing and mounting. But first, think about your way of selling yourself. It's not about what you do, but I think it's why you do it. And if you have those principles sharp, I think your product will be much better. And there are not so many people who have this all in one building, and that's what else to make sure.
So that is like a strength, of course. But I was thinking, because, I mean, as you say, a lot of your competitors may use the same kind of graphics libraries or the same kind of images in whatever they produce. So is it a trend, you think, that consumers always like the Monets or the Van Goghs or what kind of? I mean, is it more like that? Also, the consumers are very conservative in the choice of, let's say, wall stickers and graphics arts on the floors and on the walls.
Yeah, I think they eat what you offer them, and web shops start and make some choices in what they offer, and consumers eat what you offer, and. But they don't have any chance to create their own design, and
because basically, first of all, they are not designers, and secondly, as you say, sometimes people don't know what they want before they see it. So basically, your role with WallVis is basically to bridge what people want, and basically also give them a tool that can create content that is doesn't require a designer to actually do the work, right?
Exactly, and maybe it's a pity for all those artists who has put hours and hours, maybe days, maybe weeks in a piece of art, and now it's only 10 seconds and you have a great piece of art or not, because it is a surprise what you get. But the more specifically you enter your phrase, the better the art will be, and that so people are really owner of their own piece of art, and that's I think that's something special.
And for those who doesn't understand what we're talking about, maybe we should just step a little bit into the technology.
Hopefully,
you hear Dall-E, or do you say Dall-E or Dall-E, or how do you say that? Do you know that? How it's pronounced? You know that?
Are you there, Morten?
Yeah, I lost you for a second there, but I can edit that afterwards. No, so Erik, I was just wondering, is it called Dall-E or Dall-E, the AI that you're using?
No, I think it's not about pronunciation. Dall-E. It could be okay. Yes.
No, so just to explain what it is, basically it's it's actually a fantastic tool that has been developed and has been created an API for people like you and others to use it, and it's actually a tool where you in plain words describe what you want from a visual perspective, and then using AI it creates amazing. You call it art, and I will ask you about that in a second. But it creates amazing lookalike art, at least, right? Because you in your press release you said to me yesterday, you sent me something that looked a little bit Van Gogh and a little bit about the girl with the pearl, and all these kind of things that you said. So how did you? I mean, can you explain it better, or is it an accurate description I gave of it now?
Normally, people think about the most famous painters, but we are with millions of people, and all those people have different wishes, and maybe you like a really small artist from South Spain or whatever. Then if there's art available, your brain needs to be creative to put the right phrase in it, because if you enter a Van Gogh painting, you will never get the South Spain artist. But of course, just an example. But the more specific you get with your input, the better the art will be. And indeed, I call it art because that's what it is.
Okay. So again, just for everybody to understand. So basically, what you offer is basically. Is it stickers or is it frames? I mean, because I saw the round ones. Is it only the round ones you produce from WallVis?
For now, we have 5 materials.
5 materials.
Yes, and it's not it's plate material from 3 till 16 millimeters, like aluminum, composite. Reboard, that's like a paper, and every type of material has its own how do you call it, expression. And I think the print in combination with the material will define which material you have to choose. And like black and white will do much better on a shiny material with how do you call it, aluminum look, but on a white surface, color can do better. But and that's what we're trying to do. Customers don't really understand when do they have to choose the right material, because they don't have the specific material knowledge. And then I think if you put those together, then the art will be much better.
So that is part of your services, of course. So you have different materials, and you also have different shapes of the finished product.
Yes.
Or they all okay, good. So just to put perspective, so basically you can say that I would like a giraffe look through the paint of Van Gogh, but it should be with a sunset in the background.
Yes.
And then basically the AI now creates not just one variation but several variation over that theme, and then you can pick the design you want and order it as a print, and then you ship it to the customer, right?
Yes. Yeah, because the right now the output of Dall will only get a square size piece of art. Now, if you have a square, you can also make it round, but we have also ovals, rectangles. But then you have to put the right, how do you call it, outcut, or maybe it's not the right word. So because not every piece of art will do good on a circle. So your shape is also important for the best piece of art.
Have you? How long time have you produced and delivered this service?
This service or circles?
No, service. I mean, how long time have you been able to do this?
From my own company, it's called WallVis, by the way. Oh, sorry, no advertising.
No, you can advertise. That's fine. Of course.
We produce this for many customers just on demand in more like a creative project for printerior. But now we do it as a product in a web environment online. And WallVis is right now it's 1 year. So that WallVis
okay.
From where we are right now.
The reason why I was asking, I was just wondering, with all the fantastic opportunities, with all the designs and all these wordings that you can put into it, have you ever produced two of the same? Or I mean, no. Two customers defining the same, or is it always different?
No, it's hardly impossible to even if you have the right phrase, the right words, and you and I put it in together, and we press enter at the same time. Even then, the output will not be the same. If you refresh the page with with the same input, if you put refresh, then the painting will be different as well. So if you throw it away, you will never get the same painting again. That makes it really, really special.
Amazing. From a business perspective, I mean, I take that you and your colleagues, when you decided to go into doing a WallVis and starting using AI, was it mainly because you wanted to have endless license-free material that you could produce, or is there a deeper idea behind why you decided to go into using AI in your business?
No, I think it's all about the word unique. Everyone wants to have something special on their wall, because if the neighbor has it, I don't want it anymore. With this tool, everyone has a unique piece of art at his own wall. And if I look at our own business, and also with my colleagues' business, being unique, being different than someone else, always has driven us to where we are right now. And being part of the group, and being a trend follower instead of being a trendsetter, if it's the right English word, I think that's always the drive to be where we are right now.
And that I mean, because every design is of course unique, as you mentioned. I appreciate what you say, that most people probably want to have something that is a little bit unique because they can't afford the real Monet, they can't afford the real Van Gogh, etc. Right? So why not just have something that looks similar but is not a replica, basically, right? One of the things that I have been thinking about after, not just after I got your mail yesterday, but also in general, you say art, and you also mentioned just before that you feel a little bit sorry for the designers that have put a lot of work into the designs they have done in the past until you see things like this. Is the power of Dall and the AI so strong that you may not meet designers in the future, in your opinion?
According to my own business or for WallVis?
I was just thinking in general, because I mean, because basically, if you look, I think if you look at the industry, also from the creative side, I think there's a lot of people using templates today. I think there's a lot of people using services like Canva and these kind of things. And I was just wondering, I mean, it is maybe even better and more unique to use something like an AI rather than using a template from Fiverr or something else, right? So I was just wondering, where do you see, is that this complementing the market or is it replacing the market?
I think it can go both ways. From our own point of view, we do business to business. Many of my customers are very busy with their own business. They don't even have time to put in a phrase in Dall to create some new art. So they always need another company like us, which has a human creativity, and we listen to their wishes and demands. I think understanding people to people, I think that's always a power which never will replace by Dall or artificial intelligence. But in the last year, maybe even last month, we see an enormous quality improvement in artificial intelligence, and that could scare us, I know. But if it's on their way, why don't use it? Because I can stop it. So we better use it, embrace it, and then continue.
And then the other word you used is art. I don't know. Computers, can they create art? Apparently they can, right?
Yeah, I think that's the right word. Yeah.
Fantastic. And then let's move a little bit ahead, because now we have in a situation where you basically, now you get the art out of the words that your customers have entered into the application, and you get a file in your production, and you basically create a print out of it. How is, I mean, is the quality of the files that you get from an AI, is that just fantastic, or can you set different parameters from your side depending on the size and the resolutions you need?
I think right now the quality is okay for smaller sizes. So if you have a circle 40 centimeters, the quality is good. But we offer also to until 140 centimeters, and you see that some designs will get worse because especially when you go to the render phrase, if you render in Dall. But we personally check every file. So
just to be sure that it works still.
Yeah, we can't produce. I want to use a different word. We don't want to produce trash.
Yeah, of course. When you decided to use the Dall platform, because I know there's a few competitors to it as well, I was just wondering, was it easy to implement and get the APIs connected to your web service?
Actually, that's something we are still in. It's in, how do you call it?
In beta or development?
It's under not on. We want to. How do you call it? That's. We are still figuring out how to get the connection right, because now people can just create their own art and can send it to us. But we still
but
have
in the future you might have it integrated, basically.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. And let's move again a little bit further, because I'm a little bit curious. So when you started this a year ago, and now when we get now to start talking to each other, do you find that the way that you're using Dall and WallVis is something that can be a huge business for you, or is it more like a niche still, or how do you see that?
Actually, we started as like an adventure, trying to find out where our demands and wishes, and we also have our own company, and that's the core, and there we have the people to do the payments and live from. But I really think that this could be major. people owning their own art, are their own artists. I think that's something that could grow big. Yes.
Must be fun to be first mover in this segment, isn't it?
For now, not many people know about it, but since we put it to the press and we make some more noise, we see that many people think it's quite special. Yes.
Erik, I want to thank you for your time here on INKISH. It was great talking to you, and what I will do as part of this conversation, I will go and make an order and try to see how it works, and then I will record that and put into the to this presentation or this little film here, so we can basically let the audience see how easy, hopefully, it is to use Dall and WallVis. And I look forward to receive the print. I will order everything. So maybe your first Danish order, I don't know, but I will send an order shortly to you. So
yeah, bringing myself.
Fantastic. So Erik, thank you for your time here. I wish you and your family and your colleagues a Merry Christmas, and I'm pretty sure that next year will be even more exciting for you, because it seems that you have started a fantastic journey. So thank you very much. Stay online for a second, because I just click stop recording here. So thank you very much, sir.
Yes, for you the same. Thank you.